O- Okay, welcome everybody. This is Tony Parker, also known as TG Taro or Tony the Tapper. And I want to welcome you all to our EFT workshop for boomers, seniors, and elders. And if this gets legs, if this takes off, we'll be doing this every Sunday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Eastern Daylight, Eastern Standard. Okay, so welcome everybody. And again, if you were born between 1946 and 1964, that would qualify you as a baby boomer. But if you're a little bit older, you're also welcome here as well. We'll be discussing, sharing, healing, treating, resolving the following issues: physical aches and pains, anxiety, depression, isolation, loneliness, loss, grief, and bereavement, weight loss, addictions, love and sex for boomers and seniors, and anything else you guys want to bring up. So, uh, I'm just going to get started. We're going to do a little bit of EFT. Who's familiar with EFT? Me. Yes, okay. So we got one EFTer here. I've got somebody here, 9650. Are you familiar with EFT?
I think so. What does
Okay.
it stand for?
Emotional freedom techniques, tapping.
No, I'm not
Okay, that's fine with me. I'll give you EFT 101 anyway. This is kind of on the job training. It's pretty easy. In fact, it's ridiculously easy. Uh,
Thank you.
okay, awesome. And Linda, you're muted, Linda, but I was just wondering, are you familiar with EFT? All right, now I'm assuming. So we're just going to, EFT is a form of energy healing. It's been around for actually thousands of years, but it was, we say, imported to this country and evolved in this country. I'd say probably somewhere in the late 70s. There's a lot of different names for it. If you may have heard, there's a whole alphabet soup of different initials: TFT, TAT, CER. I mean, there's PEAT. Basically, it means tapping, okay, on various energy points, okay. And those of you who are kind of logging in with the kind of video feature, you'll be able to see me, but I'll also, when I, shall we say, coach you, I'll be describing where you're supposed to tap, okay? But you can use your left hand, your right hand, both hands, and you're tapping on different points on your face and upper torso and arms, okay, or hands. All right. And tapping about, I would say anything. Well, one of my teachers said 7 times, and another teacher said 100. So go figure. Uh, just so you know, I've been doing this since 1996 or 97. It's a very simple yet powerful healing modality. It's used for a lot of different things, and it's very useful for those of us boomers and seniors, okay, for a lot of different issues. Basically, what we do is we tap on the various tapping points, and I'll lead you through it, okay? Again, 7 to whatever floats your boat. I would say continuously 7 to 20 times is probably the most you need to do, while repeating certain affirmations or healing statements, okay? And again, the way it works here in our group is I'll just tap where I tap or tap where I direct, and repeat the healing statement or affirmation that I say. Okay, so I'll just review the various tapping points we're going to use. I mean, there's a multitude of tapping points. I'm only going to use 10 of them, okay? A maximum of 10. But practically, like I said, there's probably, if you wanted to go really crazy, there's 3,000. A lot of people probably tap on about 14. For tonight's workshop, we're going to tap on about 9 or 10, and that's good for about 90% of what's going on, okay? So the first tapping point is often called the crown chakra, which is the top of the head, okay? We're going to use English or American names. We're not going to say anything esoteric in Chinese or Japanese or Tibetan. So I'll just say top of the head or crown chakra, top of the head. Then you want to tap on the eyebrows. And again, basically you want to tap towards the center where the two eyebrows meet, kind of in the center, the bridge of the, I guess that bridge above the nose there along the eyebrows. And again, you can use the left hand, right hand. If you use all four fingers, you're going to get the point. That's as well. You want to use all four fingers if you can. And again, you can use your left hand, right hand, both hands. There's no wrong way to do it. Next tapping point is the outside corner of the eye. Okay. And again, you want to tap gently, continuously, 7 to 20 times, whatever is comfortable for you. Next tapping point is called the under the eye, or the cheekbone under the eye. And again, left, right, both, it doesn't matter. There's no wrong way to do it. Next tapping point is the upper lip under the nose. Okay, just again tapping. You can tap with both hands, one hand, right hand, left hand, doesn't matter. Next tapping point is under the mouth, where the lower lip meets the chin, where there's that little cleft or notch there, and tapping there is fine. And again, there's many ways to do this. Next tapping point is called the collarbone, and you can tap along the collarbone. Some people use the flat of the palm, some people use a fist. There's no wrong way to do it. And again, tapping along the collarbone is fine. Next tapping point is the side of the rib cage under the arm, and very often it's where girls have a bra strap. Also, if you feel around on the side of your rib cage, you'll notice one of the ribs is going to be sensitive, tender, or even painful, and that's kind of the place you want to tap. Oh, you found it. Good for you. Oh, yeah. Okay, and the reason it's sensitive, tender, or painful is because that's where there's a lot of blocked, trapped, or reversed energy. Which brings us to the discovery statement that one of the whole purpose of the Asian healing is to unblock or release trapped or blocked energy. And the understanding is the root cause of all problems or health problems, emotional problems, this is according to the Asian understanding, okay, is that there's a problem or a disruption or a reversal of the energy system. Okay, next tapping point, again, we were under the arm, is just the side of the hand. It's often called the karate chop. If you ever seen those kung fu movies or karate movies where the guy breaks a 2x4, you know, with the side of the hand. And again, left hand, right hand, both hands, it doesn't matter. People say, well, why'd you change hands? I said, because my hand got tired. Okay, that's the only reason I switch, because I get tired doing this. Okay, so there you go. We're just, like I said, we're going to use, I guess this brings the count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now the 10th spot that we will use from time to time is called the sore spot or the tender spot. And if you feel around above your breast, below your collarbone, okay, you'll find an area in the pectoral muscle area, slightly left of center. Okay, just for argument's sake, we're going to go on the left-hand side. That's either sensitive, painful, or tender. Okay, and again, it's also mirrored on the right side. Okay, very similarly, again, sensitive, tender, or painful. And the reason it is sensitive, tender, or painful is because that's where there's some blocked, stored negative energy or reversed energy, okay? And massaging that is often done as a form of tapping, okay? Modified tapping. Okay, so that's sort of the various positions. We're going to do a couple of warm-ups. Okay, some pretty basic EFT tapping warm-ups, and then we'll proceed to a kind of Q&A, a question and answer. If you have any questions or requests, okay, for any tapping on a particular issue, or if there's some kind of important point of discussion, okay. As we progress with this workshop, there'll be a little more structure, maybe there'll be a theme, but right now, since this is the first workshop, I'm going to kind of leave it open to everybody. But let's proceed with several tapping routines, which I call the warm-up, okay? And the first one I'm going to do is something called the protective shield of golden light. And some of you, if you've ever seen been on my website or my YouTube channel, it's also featured there. It's based on a 5,000-year-old Tibetan mantra called the Protective Shield of Golden Light. And when you combine it with EFT, it's a great kind of healing, clearing, releasing exercise for clearing away negative energy. If you've ever walked into a room and that just feels weird or creepy or negative, well, this is a great exercise to do. I know a lot of my friends and clients, if they have shall we say, a kind of toxic or unpleasant work environment, they'll actually do this exercise before going to work and then also doing it at the lunch break. But again, it's good for anytime, anywhere you feel some kind of negative present, negative energy, etc. Ridiculously easy. And again, it's like I said, it's been around for a long time. Okay, so let's start tapping the top of the head, the crown chakra. And again, the way we do this is tap where I tap and then repeat what I say. Okay, tapping on the top of the head, the crown chakra. Okay, and now just say energy system.
Energy system.
Very good. Now let's tap.
Energy.
Very good. Very good. Now let's tap on the eyebrow. Say, I am instructing you.
I'm instructing you.
Very good. Now let's tap on the outside corner of the eye. Say, to generate a protective shield of golden light.
A protective shield of golden light.
Very good. Now let's tap on the cheekbone under the eyes. Say, all around my body.
All around my body.
Tapping under the nose now. Say, protecting me from all negative energy.
Protecting me from all negative energy.
Very good. Now tap under the mouth. Say, all negative influences.
All negative influences.
Very good. Collarbone. All negative intentions.
All negative intentions.
All negative intentions.
Okay, under the arm. All negative entities, beings, and spirits.
All
negative entities, beings, and spirits. Okay, very good. And now karate chop. Say, sending them all to the sun.
Sending them all to the sun.
Send me healing.
All to the sun to be transmuted to love.
Sending them all to the sun to be transmuted to love.
Very good. Now let's go top of the head. Say, only allowing in.
Only allowing it.
Okay, eyebrow. Loving.
Love it.
Loving. Side of the eye. Say, healing.
Healing.
Okay, under the eye. Say, positive.
Positive.
Now under the nose. Say, energies.
Energies.
Okay, under the mouth. And intentions.
And intentions.
The intentions.
Okay, very good. Collarbone. And now say, and if I have any negative energies or intentions.
If I have any negative
energies or intentions.
Energies or intentions.
Okay, now under the arm, on the side, say, I send them all to the sun.
I send them all to the sun.
Okay, very good. Karate chop. Say, to be transmuted to love.
To be transmuted.
To be transmuted to love.
Very good. Now let's all take a deep breath and I'll release. Okay, very good. Excellent. Again, like I said, this works in my experience for about, say, 4 to 6 hours. So if you're in a kind of a toxic environment, well, my first recommendation is, say, leave, vote with your feet. But if you have to be there, do it in the morning before you go in, and do it at lunchtime break, and that'll kind of protect you for 8 hours. Like I said, it does work. There's a lot of explanations why, but it does work. And again, a lot of my clients do this when they're in these kind of tricky, difficult situations. Okay. All right. Moving along, we're going to do another exercise that's very popular, and it's been around for a while, and it's called Ho'oponopono. And it's based on a traditional native Hawaiian mantra called Ho'oponopono. And of course, there's a lot of discussion on the internet about it. It's got a very interesting backstory, and it's a great exercise. It's great for generalized healing and releasing. It's great for relationships. It's also used for remote healing as well. All right. So there's a lot of uses for it. It's a great exercise. Again, you can find it on my website or my YouTube channel. Anyway, let's start tapping the top of the head. And again, we're going to do this in English. And again, it's very simple. Just tap where I tap, okay, 7 to 20 times, and repeat what I say. So starting with the crown chakra, say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Very good. Now eyebrows say, please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Okay, outside corner of the eye, say, I forgive you.
I forgive
I forgive you.
Under the eye, say, I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
Under the nose, say, thank you.
Thank you.
Under the mouth, say, I love you.
I love you.
Collarbone, say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Under the arms, please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Karate chop, I forgive you.
I forgive you.
Top of the head, I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
Eyebrow, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Side of the eye now, I love you.
I love you.
Under the eye, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Under the nose, please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Under the mouth, I forgive you.
I forgive you.
Collarbone, I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
Under the arm, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Karate chop, I love you.
I love you.
Very good. Let's all take a deep breath. And I'll release. Very good. Excellent. There you go. Again, this is a great exercise I use this as a kind of general tune-up. It's a great exercise. A lot of discussion on the internet. Very simple. Can't hurt. Okay, moving along to another exercise I think is really helpful to a lot of people is I call it the gratitude tap. We often call it, and there's 3 basic areas where we can use the gratitude tap. The first area, it's sort of a generalized area, okay? Now, this is a classic law of attraction exercise. This is what they teach at your, $3,000 law of attraction weekend seminar at the Marriott in Las Vegas, and it's very easy, very simple. What you do is you make a list, 5 to 10 things in your life, either people, situations, events, aspects of your life, aspects of yourself, or anything that you feel positive and grateful about, okay? And then you tap on it in a very, very simple way. It's, even though it's so simple, it's very powerful, and it really yields a lot of benefits, okay? So what we're going to do is each one of us, I'm going to ask each one of us to share in turn, and then we'll tap on it, one thing or one aspect of your life or somebody in your life that you feel positive or grateful about. So I'll just start with, I guess, Tana.
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 I'm grateful for my church family.
Okay, top of the head. Okay, and now again, that's awesome. Now let's just start tapping on top of the head, visualizing what you're grateful for. And now we're going to say those 2 magic words that some people can never say, but it totally activates law of attraction and very positive. These 2 magic words, say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eyebrow, say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Outside corner of the eye, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the eye, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the nose, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the mouth, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Collarbone, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the arm, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Karate chop, thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. So I'll take a deep breath. And I'll release. And now, very good. Excellent. 9550. I didn't get your first name, please. What's your first name, please?
Ginger.
Ginger. Welcome, Ginger. Okay, something or someone or an aspect of your life that you're grateful for.
Do you want me to tell you?
Well, if you'd like to. I mean, it's up to you. I mean,
Yes, I'm grateful for Susan.
Okay, very good. Let's start tapping the top of the head. Okay.
Wait a minute, I got to put my pen down. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, everybody, let's all tap together. Okay, top of the head. Tana, can you tap?
Yes.
Okay, let's all tap together. Okay, and now let's say those 2 magic words. Thank you.
Thank you.
Eyebrow, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Outside corner of the eye, thank you.
Thank you.
Onto the eye, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Onto the nose, thank you.
Thank you.
Onto the mouth, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Collarbone, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Onto the arm, thank you.
Thank you.
Karate chop, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's all take a deep breath and our release. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Now, Linda, you're muted, but do you want to check in and say hello? Do you want to unmute and say hello? Do you know how to unmute? It may be a star or something like that, or maybe you have a little, it's the little microphone that says mute, unmute. Okay. No problem. All righty. Well, I'll just say I'm grateful that you're all here for tonight's debut because I love doing this and I love being of service. And I think it's really great you guys showed up. So I'm all grateful for you. Oh, gosh. All right. Let's go. Top of the head. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eyebrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Side of the eye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the eye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the nose. Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the mouth. Thank you.
Thank you.
Collarbone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the arm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Karate chop. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Let's all take a deep breath and I'll release. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you two other versions of the gratitude tap that have a direct application. And I have clients who are still doing it 10, 15 years later and are still astounded. I still do it every day, but when you hear back from clients saying, I've been doing this for 15 years and it really works, that's really cool. The first one is, I call it the love tap, okay? And the way that works, this could be for, shall we say, generic love, but I think we're focusing more on romantic love, okay? And there's two ways you can use it. Love, and I often call it the love magnet, okay? First way is if you're, shall we say, and then of course it depends on your intention too, but if you're single and if you're looking for love, if you're shopping for love, okay, what you do is you make a list of your past flames, okay? And even if it only lasted for, and I'm just going to be silly here, 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years, or 50 years, okay, it's still something to be grateful for, okay? And so you write down and then you just cycle through. If you're in an existing relationship, the slightly different version is you make a list of your beloved's positive virtues and characteristics. What it is about them that rocks your boat, okay, or rocks your world, or does it for you, okay? If you're in either situation, that's how you would apply it, okay? So the way we can do it right now is if you're in an existing relationship, feel free to share an aspect of your partner that you love and admire, okay, and that you're grateful for. Or if you're shopping, initials of a past flame, whether it's a high school sweetheart or spouse or whatever, twin flame, whatever the expression is, just the initials are fine, okay? Who'd like to go first? Tana, I'm going to start with you because you're at the top of the list there. You're at the top of the
Tana. Tana. Generosity.
Sorry?
Hello.
Generosity.
Your partner's generosity. Hi, Ginger. You're still there.
Hi.
Hi, Ginger. You're still there.
Hi.
I hear you. We're now going to tap. So let's start tapping. Top of the head. Now we just say thank you.
Thank you.
Eyebrow, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Side of the eye, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the eye, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the nose, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the mouth, thank you.
Thank you.
Collarbone, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the arm, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Karate chop, thank you.
Thank you.
Take a deep breath and I'll release. Okay. Now, Ginger, if you're in an existing relationship, whatever your a virtue or an aspect of your partner that you love and admire, or if you're single and shopping, the initials of a past flame.
I'm not in a relationship.
All right, but do you have a past flame? It's not important, but if you do, otherwise I'll just cut. Okay, I'm just going to say CN, top of the head. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, eyebrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Side of the eye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the eye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the nose. Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the mouth. Thank you.
Thank you.
Collarbone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the arm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Karate chop. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take a deep breath and I'll release. Okay. Now, I have been told, all right, and I've also experienced this myself. When people do either form of the love magnet or the love tap, they see a marked improvement in their love life. If you're in an existing relationship and you do this exercise with the virtues and qualities of your partner, tapping, thank you, thank you, thank you, you're actually going to see a real improve. You're going to see even more. Okay, it's kind of interesting. If you're shopping, you're gonna start seeing potential partners popping out of the woodwork. It's really kind of interesting how that works. Okay, now let's move along to the last version of the gratitude tap, and which is about money and abundance and prosperity. And this really works. Okay, this is the one that everybody says, "Wow." Okay, and this you can take to the bank. Okay, you make a list of either current or past sources of income or abundance that you're grateful for. This could be customers, clients, employers, government agencies, insurance companies, family or friends, anybody who's either given you or paid you money, abundance for goods and services, or out of kindness and generosity. Okay? So, and again, I'm starting with Tana.
Okay.
It could be an initial of a client or a government agency or whatever, or an employer if you just want to have for an initial or whatever. Okay?
JB.
Okay, very good. Top of the head. Thank you.
Thank you.
Eyebrow, thank you.
Thank you.
Side of the eye, thank you.
Thank you.
Under the eye, thank you.
Thank you.
Under the nose, thank you.
Thank you.
Under the mouth, thank you.
Thank you.
Collarbone, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the arm, thank you.
Thank you.
Karate chop, thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. So I'll take a deep breath and I'll release. Okay. Ginger, do you have a source of abundance? Again, it could be an employer, government agency.
Yes, a friend that helps me with money.
Beautiful. Okay, let's go top of the head. And now just say those two magic words again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eyebrow, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eye of the eye, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the eye, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the nose, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under the mouth, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Collarbone, thank you.
Thank you.
Under the arm, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Karate chop, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take a deep breath. And I'll release. Okay, I'm going to say GR, top of the head, thank you.
Thank you.
Dotted eyebrow, thank you.
Thank you.
Side of the eye, thank you.
Thank you.
Under the eye, thank you.
Thank you.
Under the nose, thank you.
Thank you.
Under the mouth, thank you.
Thank you.
Collarbone, thank you.
Thank you.
Under the arm, thank you.
Thank you.
Karate chop, thank you.
Thank you.
Take a deep breath and I'll release. Okay. So by now we've been tapping for several minutes. You may notice a tingle or a little bit of a floating feeling. That's absolutely normal. That's perfectly okay. That's your energy system starting to move around and reset and balance. Okay. And that's a good thing. Okay. Moving along, that's our little warm-up series. And so now it's time for people to check in and say hello, especially, again, the whole purpose of this workshop is to be a kind of a place for boomers and seniors, since boomers are pretty much seniors nowadays to check in any particular issues. And I've been, I made a laundry list of issues. If you've got anything else other than that, that's fine by me. But just to stimulate your ideas, physical aches and pains, anxiety and depression, isolation and loneliness, loss, grief and bereavement, weight loss, addictions, love and sex. Okay, so again, if there's anything that you want to talk about, and also if there's anything you'd like us as a group to tap on, that's the whole purpose of this group. This is the moment. So, who'd like to check in, say hi, and maybe share something, an issue or a challenge they'd like us as a group to tap on? Go ahead, please.
Okay, can I talk?
Yes, absolutely, Ginger. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Anxiety and depression.
Okay. All righty. Well, that's a very serious challenge these days, and a lot of seniors and boomers do, for a variety of reasons, suffer from it. Okay. Now, of course, I'm going to say this as a disclaimer. Okay. EFT is an alternative and complementary practice. It's not a substitute for seeing a licensed medical doctor or licensed psychiatrist. And, you may need or may require medication. However, EFT has been shown to modify, improve the symptoms, okay, and in some cases even alleviate them totally, okay? But again, this is experimental, and try it out. It can't hurt you, and if it works for you, great. But again, I say we have no opinions on any diagnosis. We're not allowed to offer, I'm not allowed to offer an opinion on a diagnosis, okay? On what kind of medication you should take or whether or not you should take medication. That's between you and your psychiatrist or MD, okay? However, EFT is very helpful. I do have a couple of videos on my YouTube channel on using EFT for alleviating, reducing depression symptoms, okay? But we'll do a quick round. So Ginger, you can check in on my YouTube channel, okay?
Okay, what's it called?
It's called, again, you're going to get a follow-up email from me.
Okay.
Which will have links, and you can go to my YouTube channel. Now, we're going to do a quick round, okay, to demonstrate how you can use EFT for serious emotional challenges like depression or anxiety, okay? And it does work. I strongly recommend you either find an EFT practitioner who can help you, but also check out my YouTubes on my YouTube channel. And I have several of them on anxiety, depression, etc. Okay? All right, so the first thing you do is you kind of benchmark or tune in and assess the level of intensity, okay, that you're feeling, shall we say, depressed, okay? And on a scale of 0 to 10. And in EFT language, we call that the SUDS, the subjective unit of distress scale, on a scale of 0 to 10. Again, you don't have to be micrometer perfect. You just say it feels like a, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0, you're the Dalai Lama, 10, you're screaming or crying. Ginger, right now, if you're going to describe your level of distress on a scale of 0 to 10, what would it be right now?
Forgive me. Can you say that slower, please? My hearing.
Okay, I said on a scale of 0 to 10, what would you, the intensity of your depression or anxiety, on a scale of 0 to 10, what would be the number, the level of intensity?
8.
You're at 8 right now. Okay. Well, now, do you take medication?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, follow your doctor's orders, follow your psychiatrist's orders, okay? All right, but this can help as well. So let's tap. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to tap on our karate chops, okay? And just repeat after me. We're going to use the basic EFT basic recipe, and we're going to have a slight modification of the setup phrase, okay? And just repeat after me. Just say, even though so is it depression and anxiety, or depression or anxiety? What's the strongest feeling? Is it just depression?
It's both.
Okay. All right. So even though I feel I have this depression and anxiety,
Even though I have this depression and anxiety,
and my number is,
and my number is 8,
okay, I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love, accept, and forgive myself.
love and
Accept.
forgive myself.
That's fun. That's beautiful. Okay, so we're going to do it 2 more times, but a little different. So even though I have this depression and anxiety,
Even though I have this depression and anxiety,
I choose to heal and let go
I choose to heal and let go
all depression and anxiety.
all depression and anxiety.
all depression and anxiety. I'm trying to write as
No,
you
don't
say.
write it, dear. Don't write anything down.
Okay,
I
okay.
have videos for you that you can.
Okay.
You understand, dear?
I choose to heal
and
all
let go.
depression and anxiety,
Okay, and I deeply and completely
and I deeply and completely
love, accept, and forgive myself.
love and forgive myself.
Very good. Excellent. Again, you don't have to write anything down because I have YouTubes and follow-up emails that you're going to get, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, one more time. So even though I have this depression and anxiety,
Even though I have this depression and anxiety,
I set a firm intention.
I set a firm intention.
I what?
I set a firm intention.
I didn't understand. I what?
I set a firm intention
I set a firm intention
to heal and let go
to heal and let go
all depression and anxiety,
all depression and anxiety.
and I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love, accept, and forgive myself.
love and accept and forgive myself.
Very good. Now we're going to do the reminder phrase where we're going to tap on the other tapping points, top of the head. All depression and anxiety.
All depression and anxiety. I can't hear you with that other lady talking.
Well, dear, she's a, okay, top of the head. All depression and anxiety.
All depression and anxiety.
Eyebrow. All depression and anxiety.
I what?
You go to your eyebrow and tap on your eyebrow. All depression and anxiety.
Oh, excuse me. All depression and anxiety.
Side of the eye. All depression and anxiety.
All depression and anxiety.
Under the eye. All depression and anxiety.
All depression and anxiety.
Under the nose. All depression and anxiety.
All depression and anxiety.
Under the mouth. All depression and anxiety.
All depression and anxiety.
Collarbone. All depression and anxiety.
All depression and anxiety.
Under the arm. All depression and anxiety.
All depression and anxiety.
Karate chop. So even though I had this depression and anxiety,
I have this depression and anxiety,
I choose to heal and let go
I choose to heal and let go
all depression and anxiety.
all depression and anxiety.
And I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love, accept, and forgive myself.
love and love, and forgive myself.
All right, top of the head. Letting go of all depression and anxiety.
Letting go of all my depression and anxiety.
Eyebrow, letting go.
Let it go.
Outside corner of the eye, letting go.
Let it go.
Under the eye, letting go.
Let it go.
Under the nose, letting go.
Let it go.
Under the mouth, letting go.
Let it go.
Collarbone, letting go.
Let it go.
Under the arm, letting go.
Let it go.
Karate chop, letting go of all depression and anxiety.
Letting go of all depression and anxiety.
And I deeply and completely
And I deeply and completely
love, accept, and forgive myself.
love and forgive and accept myself.
Okay, very good. Now take a deep breath. And
Pardon me?
Take a deep breath. And now release. Okay, very good. Excellent. Now, Ginger, on a scale of 0 to 10, you want to kind of tune in. Has there been any change in how you're feeling now?
Yes, I feel lighter.
Okay, and if you were going to use, there we go, we're all tapping, we're all clapping now. Again, if you were going to use the number, the SUDS, on a scale of 0 to 10, what would your number be?
If I use which numbers for what? For what, please?
If you were going to describe the level of intensity of your anxiety and depression now, what would the number be? You said it was 8?
6.
There you go. All right, so there you go. That's good progress. Okay,
Yep.
So here's the point. Without using pharmaceuticals or any other invasive techniques, in about 10 minutes, we took anxiety and depression from an 8 down to a 6. Now, basically, when we have more time, like in a private session, or you're doing this on your own, or you're following one of my YouTubes, okay, you may want to do this 2 or 3 times to take it from an 8 all the way down to a 0.
Oh, bless your heart.
Okay, but again, what we say is, if you're getting the progress from an 8 down to a 6, what we say is rinse and repeat. You've heard that expression before, right?
Please repeat that.
Rinse and repeat. Rinse. Rinse and repeat.
I didn't understand. I didn't understand what you said.
Have you ever been to a hairdresser?
To a hairdresser?
Or a laundromat. It's an expression used to do something over a second time. Never mind.
Yeah, I didn't hear what it was, hon.
All right. Well, okay. All right, dear. Well, listen. So you're responding to EFT. It works for you. And so you're a good candidate. Again, I provide all kinds of services for my clients. One is
wonderful.
What you can do is you can go to my YouTube channel. There will be a follow-up letter sent to you after the workshop, okay? And you can check in on the various videos I have on my video channel, and there's some on anxiety and depression, okay?
I will.
And you can do it by yourself. And again, however, if you want to, now here's my shameless commercial. If you want to have a private session with me, you can also book a private session. Okay?
Okay. How much is your private session?
Very, very affordable. Okay? It's, if I remember correctly, it's $1 a minute. It's very affordable.
Okay. I may do that.
Okay, dear. All right.
Now, when you do your next client that call, can I hang up?
If you want to hang up, that's fine too, dear.
I mean, are we finished with me?
Yes, we're finished with you. You can, like I said, you can hang up. That's fine with me. That's okay.
But Tony Guy Parker, God bless you.
All right, dear, and see you next Sunday. Hopefully, we'll be back next Sunday.
But I'll be okay, right?
You'll be fine, dear. You'll be fine.
God bless you, Tony, and the cat.
Okay, thank you. Right. Sandy, my cat, has not made an appearance yet.
Well, my cat died, so,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dear.
Okay, I'm going to hang up now because I can't stay on
I understand.
for the whole thing.
That's okay. Have a nice night. And like I said, check out the other videos. They'll help you.
I will. Send me the email.
Okay, dear. Blessings. Namaste. See you
God
next week.
bless you.
Okay. Bye-bye, dear.
Good night.
Good night. Okay. Okay. Tana, if you want to put your voice back on and we can chat a bit, we've got a few more minutes. How are you doing and how can I help you? Or
I'm doing pretty good. And it's normally going to take, how long is it going to be normally? About an hour, under an hour?
about an hour, yeah.
Okay. I find that I need to keep reinventing my social life through moves, through different life situations. And so right now I'm experiencing some loneliness. I'm a little bit isolated and haven't found my niche, my tribe. So I'd like to work on that, and and my relationships.
Okay, well, I think that happens to a lot of people, especially with moving, but also aging.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this country, American culture is, a chronically narcissistic culture, and no respect for older people. It's interesting. Other cultures have respect for people as they age, but this culture doesn't. It's kind of shocking. I don't know if I'm assuming you're American, but could be Canadian, where they have actually in Canada, they have a little more respect for the aging. Believe it or not. But anyway, well, I would say that there are two areas, and this is one of my solution, and it's a little tip for you, okay? This is the part of this where, as we get more people, we can share tips and ideas and brainstorm, okay? Okay, I would put the number one thing that will get you out of the house and back into the community is volunteer work.
I'm actually pretty far along this route. It's like I'm here for more supportive work, just like, it's a life thing for me. I've had to do it many times over the course of my life from very young. And I'm pretty active socially. It's just a matter of finding my niche. And it may involve me moving out of the area I'm in, because the area where I'm in is notorious for being hard to connect with people. So,
well, I'm sorry to hear that,
yeah,
but I'll just, I volunteer.
Open to new things, and I know that I'm the type of person I'd want to be friends with. So, to meet more people like me, I guess.
Well, again, I'm just sharing that what I volunteer at a pantry. I volunteer actually in my area. There's a volunteer holistic health group. It's actually called the Healthcare as a Human Right. That's in my area. I live in the Hudson Valley, and it's been going on for it's probably about 15 years, maybe longer. And it's a group of holistic practitioners, Reiki masters, acupuncturists, massage therapists, etc. EFT tappers, whatever, Reiki, and we donate an hour of our time once a month to what they call a clinic, a holistic clinic. They call it a suitcase clinic, and we take over a community center, okay, or a church hall, all right, for 4 hours, one day a month at different locations. And that's where I get to connect with my tribe and be useful to the community. And in my area, we have, we have Woodstock, Phoenicia, where's the other place? Kingston. Okay. These are towns along the Hudson River. I don't know where you're located. And then there's another one called the Roundout Valley Holistic Health Community. And again, it's just once a month volunteering, but you get to see at least I get to see my tribe. Okay. And that's kind of fun. And not only that, but then, I get to practice again, by donating time. So I'm actually giving service. Okay. Uh, and even though it's, let's put it this way, I don't necessarily get new clients out of it directly, but it opens me up spiritually, energetically, that I do get more clients.
Mhm.
Okay. But also that I'm in the community, I feel a part of, I'm not isolated. So that's one aspect of volunteering that gets me into my tribe.
Mhm.
Okay. And then there's, like I said, I also uh, have volunteered. I would collect food at different locations. I used to collect gourmet pies and cakes that normally at a supermarket cost 15, 20, $25. And once they get past their expiration date, they have to throw it out. In the dumpster.
Mhm.
So I collect these pies and then then drive them over to, actually, I was supplying 3 or 4 pantries.
Mhm.
So I was like, Johnny Pie Seed, Appleseed. But again, I was connecting with good people who care, people who give rather than people who take. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I'm just sharing my tip.
Mhm.
Of course, there's the standard stuff of going to, mixers and dances and all that sort of stuff. I personally prefer to meet people in a different environment. I like in a volunteer environment or an activist environment.
Mhm.
Uh, I'll tell you one group that I used to be a member of, and I had fun, and I met some really nice people. I joined a UFO group, UFO
People believe
watchers.
in aliens.
Well, they go out and
Yeah.
they had the night cameras, and they go
Oh,
out
okay.
and they sit on a mountaintop and they scan the horizon,
Mhm.
and they show videos of what the last week's night camera. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And again, I'm just talking about a nice bunch of people to hang out with. Now, that's more on the kooky side of the spectrum. Okay, I'm the first person to admit that. But you've got stamp collectors, bikers, hikers, bird watchers, animal rescue. My ex-wife does animal rescue. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
she and her little crew will drive, 200 miles to go save a horse. This
Mhm.
kind of stuff. So I think there's plenty of opportunities for us. Now, I'll tell you one thing I noticed, especially in the volunteer department, a lot of seniors are volunteering. Most of these volunteer groups are peopled by seniors
Mhm.
and boom aging, us, you know. So, it's not an uncommon thing to be doing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Also, I'll tell you one thing at this time of year, because it's coming up, if it hasn't happened already, is poll watching.
Poll watching.
Yeah, that's a classic piece of civic duty. You Each party is required, not necessarily by law, but they're requested or required to have witnesses at the polling station.
Oh, you mean voting?
Yeah.
Voting. Okay.
And each party, you have several people from different parties doing the sign-ups, making sure there's no, hanky-panky with the election.
Mhm.
And I've done that before. And then, it's your civic duty.
Mhm.
It's you don't stay all day at the polling station. They do it in shifts, but it's your civic duty. And let's face it, you know, let's put it this way. It's part of what we have to do to ensure that we still can vote,
Yeah.
you know? So, like I said, there's lots of opportunities for us and that gets me out of the house and connected to my community. I just thought I'd share with you some ideas.
Mhm.
A great resource. Ever heard of meetup.com?
I'm a member of I am active in about 6 of them.
In meetups, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, again, meetup.com is a great resource because it's special interest group that's going on in your area, and
Yeah.
not just dating. I'm talking
Yes.
bird watching, sailing,
Mhm.
hiking, biking, stamp collecting,
Mhm.
classical music, whatever, is going on in your area. It's usually listed on meetup.com,
Mhm.
and from, like I said, the mundane to the completely woo-woo, right?
Mhm.
There's witches clubs and, psychics and ghost watchers and ghost hunters, and then there's bikers and hikers. So, and again, it's a great place to just connect, find your, as you said, find your tribe,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
But in terms of law of attraction or the secret, okay, uh, one of the things that you can do, if there's something specific that you want to accomplish, okay, uh, have you heard? I mean, you sound like you're very familiar with EFT. Is that correct?
EFT, yeah. Yes.
Okay. Have you ever heard of the mind movie technique or the vision
Mhm.
tap? Okay.
Oh, not
Well,
that, not when combined with EFT. No.
okay. Well, like I said, we're kind of running out of time, but for today. But there is a video on my YouTube channel which I call the mind movie technique or the vision tap technique, which is about visualizing
Mhm.
a goal, whatever it is, whether it's career, finance, social, romance, whatever, a goal, right? A vision, and then you do the tapping in a certain,
Mhm.
basic tap, but in a certain script, okay?
Mhm.
And it's very helpful in helping have that come to pass, a
Mhm.
lot, having it manifest. So, like I said, you'll probably, like I said, I have you'll be getting a follow up email from me, and it should be somewhere on my channel.
Okay.
Okay, because that would be help. That might, it sounds like you already are pretty active. Is that correct?
Oh yeah.
But there's something you want to improve, or what? What's the?
I wanted to use EFT to help break up any um, you know blocked energy to it, and make it easier basically, because I'm putting, I'm making the effort. It's like you sow seeds. Sometimes you reap them in other fields, but it's like, you keep active with a certain goal in mind, and it will happen. Just like you end up getting clients, not necessarily from the volunteer work you do, but it keeps you in an open state.
Right.
So I was hoping to use tapping for that, because it's not something I see addressed much. There's lots of tapping scripts out there, um,
Well,
but
the blocks. I mean, again, that's the all right. The vision tap is for, again, visualizing, manifesting, directing your consciousness. Okay.
Mhm.
If you're already noticing that you have resistance or a block, that's another kind of approach, which, yes, that's something to look at. Okay. And that would be something like, even though I have this block or this resistance
Mhm.
to blah, 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 and then you just take it through the basic tapping script.
Mhm.
Okay. All resistance to, all blocks and resistance to, letting go, whatever. I mean, that could be it. There may be, again, as you say, some kind of block or an attitude or a misbelief, right? There may be some misbelief, oh, they don't like me, or they're hard to connect with socially in this. The classic misbelief is life is a bitch in my town. Okay. There's no money in my town. There are no jobs in my town. There's no, for women, there's no decent men in my town. There's no decent women in my town. You know what I'm saying? That's the classic kind of misbelief, right? Uh, I had the one about, now, I come from New York City. I'm now living up in the Catskills. And of course, I know it's going to, girls, please don't get angry at me, but I had the one, there's no decent women in Ulster County. Okay. I had this delusion that, all the girls in Ulster County were like from the cast of Deliverance. You know what I mean? And, they couldn't, So why bother? You know, that was my misbelief, right? And of course, the truth is, you know, I'm only 90 miles north, 100 and something miles north of New York City, and plenty of women come up for the weekend. And a lot of women from New York City, very sophisticated, educated women, okay, come up, are moving up here to retire. Okay. So it was a complete delusion on my part, right?
Mhm.
And one of my friends said, you know, do the tapping on your misbelief. And I started tapping, okay. And the next morning, I swear, I absolutely certain they smuggled 65,000 beautiful, intelligent, educated women from New York into Ulster County
Mhm.
because they were everywhere.
Mhm.
But do you understand how a misbelief actually controls your perception?
Yes.
And so that's where that tapping is very, I would, whatever those misbeliefs are, you know, especially the one, it's hard to connect with people where I live, you know, nobody loves me, you know, it's all that stuff, you know. I would definitely do that. We could do that, but we're running out of time.
Yeah, actually, I delayed entering in a different group because I wanted to join your group. So I got to run for now, but I will keep checking back if you see if you continue on with this. So.
Well, I'm, you know, as long as there's somebody who wants to do it, I'm here.
Mhm.
So let's do the abundance tap, which is a great way to end a group. Okay. You got to go or what?
No, no.
Okay. All right. So we're now going to do something called the abundance tap to close our little group. Okay. And again, it's something we started. We started this tap in 2008 during the Great Recession. You remember that period?
Oh yeah.
And because and everybody was just terrified. You remember? Uh, and so we started this tap, and it's a great kind of generalized tap for abundance. Okay. And so again, we just start tapping on the karate chop. Okay. And just repeat after me, even though, and please follow along. I don't have a problem with hearing you.
Okay.
So even though I have been allowing some abundance into my life,
Even though I have been allowing some abundance into my life,
I choose to allow the universe
I choose to allow the universe
to manifest even more abundance in my life.
to manifest even more abundance in my life.
And I deeply and completely
And I deeply and completely
love, accept, and forgive myself.
love, accept, and forgive myself.
Very good. So even though I have been allowing the universe
Even though I have been allowing the universe
to manifest some abundance in my life,
to manifest some abundance in my life,
I set a firm intention
I set a firm intention
to allow the universe
to allow the universe
to manifest even more abundance in my life.
to manifest even more abundance in my life now.
And I deeply and completely
And I deeply and completely
love, accept, and forgive myself.
love, accept, and forgive myself.
Okay, so one more time. So even though I have been allowing the universe
Even though I have been allowing the universe
to manifest some abundance in my life,
to manifest some abundance in my life,
today I set a firm intention
today I set a firm intention
to allow the universe
to allow the universe
to manifest even more abundance in my life.
to manifest even more abundance in my life.
And I deeply and completely
And I deeply and completely
love, accept, and forgive myself.
love, accept, and forgive myself.
Okay, so now we're going to go. Today I set a firm intention,
Today I set a firm intention
top of the head, to allow the universe
to allow my universe
to manifest even more abundance in my life.
to manifest even more abundance in my life.
Eyebrow, even more abundance of love.
Even more abundance of love.
Okay, corner of the eye, even more abundance of happiness.
Even more abundance of happiness.
Cheekbone, even more abundance of good health.
Even more abundance of good health.
Under the nose, even more abundance of financial prosperity.
Even more abundance of financial prosperity.
On the mouth, even more abundance of creativity.
Even more abundance of creativity.
Collarbone, even more abundance of good friends.
Even more abundance of good friends.
Under the arm, even more abundance of all the good things I really need.
Even more abundance of all the good things I really need.
Karate chop. So today I set a firm intention,
So today I set a firm intention
top of the head, to allow the universe
to allow the universe
to manifest even more abundance in my life.
to manifest even more abundance in my life.
Eyebrow, even more abundance of love.
Even more abundance of love.
Side of the eye, even more abundance of happiness.
Even more abundance of happiness.
Under the eye, even more abundance of good health.
Even more abundance of radiant health.
Okay, under the nose, even more abundance of prosperity.
Even more abundance of prosperity.
Under the mouth, even more abundance of creativity.
Even more abundance of creativity.
Collarbone, even more abundance of good friends.
Even more abundance of good friends.
Under the arm, even more abundance of all the good things I really need.
Even more abundance of all the good things I really need.
Okay, we're on the home stretch now, just the last time. Today I set a firm intention.
Today I set a firm intention.
Top of the head, to allow the universe.
To allow the universe.
To manifest even more abundance in my life.
To manifest even more abundance in my life.
Eyebrow, even more abundance of love.
Even more abundance of love.
Side of the eye, even more abundance of happiness.
Even more abundance of happiness.
Under the eye, even more abundance of good health.
Even more abundance of good health.
Under the mouth, even more abundance of financial prosperity.
Even more abundance of financial prosperity.
Under the mouth, even more abundance of artistic creativity.
Even more abundance of artistic creativity.
Collarbone, even more abundance of good friends.
Even more abundance of good friends.
Under the arm, even more abundance of all the good things I really need.
Even more abundance of all the good things I really need.
Karate chop, and I deeply and completely
And I deeply and completely
love, accept, and forgive myself.
love, accept, and forgive myself.
Okay, take a deep breath. And now release. Okay, very good. Tana, thank you for being there.
Thank
And
you, Tony.
thank you. Blessings. Hope to see you next week.
Yes.
We'll try and do this.
Who
We're
has
gonna
not yet revealed herself, but hope she
yeah.
enjoyed it.
Well, we'll be here. We're going to make this a regular thing.
Awesome.
And Linda, you may be the Linda who's an old buddy of mine, an old tapping buddy of mine. And if you are, I want to thank you for showing up, dear. Blessings. Okay. Well, guys, it's a wrap. I want to thank you all. We'll be back next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And again, if you want to get in, you got to sign up and click the link and do all that stuff. Anyway, blessings.
Every week? We have to do that every week?
Yeah, I'm just trying to run a kind of a system here.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so blessings. I love you all. Namaste. Bye-bye.
Bye.